Speaking of neotherapy, you have to bring up Jada Pinkett Smith and Red Table Talk. And the reason why you have to bring it up is because that is exactly what she does. She has people that do awful things, including herself. Don't forget, she notoriously cheated on her husband, Will Smith, right? And she did this with her son's best friend. Not only did she do this, not only did she cheat on her husband with her son's best friend, likely providing a lot of damage to her son, an embarrassment for her son as well as her husband, she then invited her husband on to Red Table Talk to talk about it. She made him sit like a puppy and say, well, I wasn't getting what I needed, so obviously I had to go, and you understand what I had to do. And he sat there like a abused man, tail in between the legs, and just said, yeah, no, I wasn't doing what I had to do. And that is why I had the take when he smacked Chris Rock that he didn't deserve our contempt. I felt bad for him. I felt sad. He looked to me like a small man. When a man kicks a puppy, it's not because the man is a full man. It's not an example of masculinity to kick a puppy, right? It's quite the opposite. It's a weakened man. And that was my take on it then. It's my take on it now. And it's also Chris Rock's take. He is finally responding after an incredibly dignified silence, I have to say, because if somebody smacked me like that, well, I don't know. I just would not be able to take that. But he was incredibly dignified in his response, waited, and now he was responding in an artistic manner. He is now on tour, and he has had an interesting comedic take on the entire situation. Take a listen.
We all been cheated on. Everybody in here have been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. None of us. It's like, hey, I was sucking somebody else's. How did that make you feel? She hurt him way more than he hurt me, okay?
He is absolutely correct. It's exactly what Will Smith needs to hear. Talk about people that need to re-examine their marriage. He's suffering. He is a hurt man. I instantly forgave him because I wouldn't want to be in his circumstances. If I was Chris Rock, I would forgive him. I thought the Academy should forgive him. And he's broken. You hope he finds his way back. But Chris Rock is correct. The entire world laughed at him. And you should never, ever be in a relationship that demeans you in that way. And the craziest thing is people celebrated it. People celebrated her having him on Red Table Talk to discuss how she cheated on him. Like, this was an example, of course, of our society progressing. It's so open-minded and amazing for people in a marriage to realize, to even recognize that you can cheat on one another and then you can talk about cheating about one another publicly for clicks and for views. Sad, sad society, and absolutely shameless society, one might say.